Hey everybody, I got an update. Please excuse my look. I'm so tired, y'all. So, literally after I did the taping with y'all like on live, cuz I had just stepped back there after they prepped Symphony up. And as soon as I went in the waiting room, got myself together, kind of washed my face off cuz I was in the stall crying. As soon as I went in the waiting room, the dentist came in and was like, they're done. Oh my God, sister, back in a minute. She was like, they're done. And I was like, really? So I was really excited. And while she was looking at me, I know she was like, this mother, because my eyes was puffy. I even wanted to cry. She kept talking and talking. And I really wanted to be like, I cannot see my child. So she said they're going to bring her out. So I waited there. Another couple came in. I think they said their son was had got a circumcision. So they had to put their son to sleep. And so I'm waiting and I'm like, I need to see my child. So I opened the door to look for a nurse. It was like, can I go see I need to see my baby. So they took me in the back, and Symphony was up, and she was whining, and I tried to get her stuff together. She didn't want to, like, her hospital gown. I was trying to put on her regular clothes and take the hospital gown on. She fought me like crazy to keep her, like, I guess she didn't know where she was at, but she wanted to keep that hospital gown on. She was real groggy, angry, still a little bit right now, falling all over the place. But I'm just so happy it's over because understand, like, before, when they told me they were going to have to give her general anesthesia, I tried to find a doctor, a dentist that wouldn't do it. And because she's so young, they put toddlers and young children who are not going to sit there and let a drill go through their mouth to do fillings. And this is dentistry I'm talking about here. But when I started to read about dentistry, and then all of a sudden on Google it was all of these deaths of these 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds that didn't take good to the anesthesia, and that's why they do them in more of a hospital setting. It really had me for the entire couple of weeks, for a month, or over a month. I had that in the back of my mind, like I was afraid, and I was stressing. Even at my job, I would be thinking about something, and then I'll stop and think about this procedure that she had to take. So I'm happy that it's over with. And I don't ever want to go through that again. So I'm going to really be on top of her teeth, and I'm going to speak to her daycare provider too, because I didn't understand that. I'm brushing her teeth, brushing her teeth. Where are these cavities coming from? So I have to speak to her daycare provider to make sure that they're not giving her any sweets, juice, and candy. Again, when you're a mom who drops your child off 6:40 a.m. in the morning and don't see your child, it's at 6:40 p.m. in the afternoon, you don't know who's giving who to your child. So and that's my fault too, because I need to let them know that she's not allowed to eat certain things. And then while she's in daycare, I dropped off um, a toothbrush and toothpaste, but she's supposed to be brushing her teeth. So needless to say, I'm just so grateful, because if they would have came back and said she didn't wake up or she stopped breathing, you don't want to think those thoughts. And I have been praying every night and just asking God for it to go fast and it to be a successful procedure, that it'll do all her fillings. She got all white fillings, and it was only 3 fillings that they did. Hello. It was only 3 fillings that they did. So it was 2 at the top, which were her molars, and 1 at the bottom. So as a mother, I had a choice. You either can let it sit until she gets older, which means tooth decay, which can lead to um, any other thing that can basically, kids can actually die from an abscess, from an infection. So that was on the back of my mind for over a month, and I had Googled about the procedure. And then, this is not, and another thing too with the nursing, yes, it's a wonderful thing when you nurse your child, and even with a bottle. But if a baby has a bottle, if you're nursing at night and after nursing you don't brush their teeth can to start decay. They can get cavities from that. Thank you so much. It was, girl, Kaylee, I think my eye, look at my eyes, y'all. This is from crying. I ain't gonna lie, I was crying. And as soon as I got off that video and doing live in the bathroom, had to get myself together. The lady like, you okay? I'm like, how long is this procedure going to take? I think that video was like 17 minutes. So I said, okay, almost 20. So that leaves for 40 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's going to take too long. So as soon as I walked into the waiting room to adjust myself, she came in and said, Miss Hines, you can come on backward. And I'm like, y'all done? I thought she was going to say they just took x-rays. No, they were done. Y'all, when I tell you, I was just so grateful. And while she was talking and talking and talking, I'm hearing wonk, 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 wonk. I'm like, where's my child at? Because the last thing I saw her do was cry. She was fighting, and then they put the thing, and I was telling her to count one, two. She was kirking off. And I'll never forget the look on her face when she passed out. She looked exactly like her father. Like that one eye rolled this way, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I think the lady saw that I was kind of like, because she hurried up and kind of rushed me out of the room. But y'all, that was just like, I'm just so happy it's over. Thank y'all so much for y'all prayers. I would, if you are nursing right now, if you are giving your baby the bottle and they're sleeping, and even if you work a lot of hours and your child is in daycare, be on top of that teeth, because that's the new thing now. The new thing is that when they're young, 1, 2, 3, and all the way up to 6 or maybe even older, they're putting children under to get the work done because they could say, oh, this child is going to be difficult. Personally, I don't want my baby to have any cavities. I was pissed, embarrassed, and couldn't understand why she had cavities. My mother was going off like, what is in the food? What have you been feeding her? And I'm feeling awful that I don't even like to go to the dentist. So I'm feeling awful that my baby got to go to the dentist, and not just go to the dentist. She got to get a freaking filling. And she's not going to sit there like, oh, sure, you can open my mouth and give me a filling and everything. And no, she's a fighter. So when they went to try to check, yeah, it was tough to brush your baby gums teeth while they were young. Yeah, but to be honest with you, even if you do that, they still can get cavities. Like I saw a thread, and one lady was just in tears because she was like, she went through so much that she wanted her baby not to go through that. And they're finding it, especially with this new crew, that these youngins are more prone to cavities than when we were young. Like when I was young, I didn't have a cavity until I was, what, 11 years old. My husband, her father, hadn't had a cavity even in his adult age. I mean, he had to get some gum stuff done, but he never had a cavity. So I was really pissed to find that out. And then I'm like, what if I'm doing everything I'm doing, but then I have to put 1 + 1 is 2 is that bottom line. I really am with my daughter early in the mornings and 4 hours at night before she go to bed. So what is she doing in the 10 to 12 hour span when she's in daycare? Has 16 cavities. I was so sad for him. Breast milk has a natural sugar, but it's hard to keep up if you have a baby like mine who stay on breast. I'm trying to tell you. And I'm going to tell you, Symphony, Kaylee, you already know she's 3. So I'm like, heck no, it's out of it. And when they get older, they still be trying to be on the milk. Like, they will fight you to get on that milk. You will have to fight back like, heck no. And now I tell Symphony, you brushed your teeth. No, no. And now it's just like, this is my cue, no more nursing. And I told her it's been real, it's been fun, but no, that was a nightmare, y'all, because one lady, when I read her story, she was saying like her daughter went in, but this was at the dentist's office, 4 years old, and the baby passed away. Another person was like their son passed away at 3. So when you Google I'm trying to tell you, they will fight you for that milk, won't they? They know how to whip it out and everything. How are you? Hi, are you back to normal these days? Y'all, when she got in the car, how are you? Look at her trying to fight for milk. No. You brushed your teeth. No. Move it, Siffies. No, let's go get you. Mommy, get you a juice box or some water box. No. But yes, y'all. So I said, say hi. Say hi, Tails. No, not you. Daddy. I'm not daddy. I showed you a picture of your daddy. But mommy contacted your daddy today. Y'all, my baby, I was like, y'all, when they had to put that thing over her face, that mask, because that mask has it has medicine in it to make them fall asleep. When they did that, y'all, I was too thorough. I was too thorough. And I was like 40, and I'm thinking 45 minutes to an hour. 45 minutes to an hour. And then, the anesthesia, she comes in and she says, she was very nice. She talked to me about how the procedure. But when she said, it's like, I'm going to be breathing for your daughter. What do you mean you're going to be breathing for my daughter? She was saying because, she's going to be monitoring because they put a tube down her throat. I mean, it was just scary. You can't. Come on, moms. That's scary. That's nothing that's going to be like, everything is going to be okay. You're going to be crying. Show them your teeth and tell them what happened. See, I didn't remember anything, I didn't remember anything. No. Hold on, y'all. You're being difficult now. Mommy, put your shoes on. Come on. Recycle. Tin can newspaper. Hey, let mommy get you stuff. Hold on. Yeah, y'all. So, that wasn't fun. That was not fun. But I'm glad it's over. And thank y'all so much for praying because I don't know what mother can be. I don't know. I know me. I'm just like after you had multiple losses and stuff, and you got one living child with you, and they telling you it's a possibility. You ain't trying to hear that. Here you go. Here you go. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so but what so her teeth can become one. You said your daughter had a procedure done when she was 2, but hers was so her 2 teeth can become one because the way they grow, that was almost 2 hours. But oh my gosh, girl. 2 hours, 2 hours. My sister Coco yesterday told me that my nephew had his done when he was like 6 years old, and she was like he was back there for 2 hours. So I'm thinking, and I know you're not supposed to think this way, but as a parent you think, okay, she's only 3. After reading, their airway is not that big, their stuff is not really developed, sometimes they may not wake up. When you read that type of stuff, you just be like, and then of course I thought about Job. I was like, I'm not even going to look at this because Job, he was thinking bad, and then when it happened, he said what his fear came upon him. I was like, I'm not gonna think that way, but I ain't gonna lie, like I'll be at work chilling, smiling, then dun. You have to think like the surgery's coming up, or it's not a surgery but the procedure's coming up. What's wrong with my baby? Tell me what to do now. Somebody please give my baby some hugs and kisses. Come on. I'm so happy to see your little whining face. You little whining face. Excuse me. You want some of these? Recycle. Tin can newspaper. Sorry, y'all, that's Peppa the Pig. But yeah, so yeah. So look, all I can say is brush, floss, and I'm gonna speak to her daycare provider and let it be known she is not allowed to have any candy. And between meals, this is her tooth, but she has to brush her teeth because, at first I was like, it's me, it's me, it's me. But then it dawned on me, like, what is she eating during the daytime? Like, I don't even. Even when I spoke to the dentist said they should have gave you like a food menu, but she doesn't go to like one of those big daycare places. But still, I should have been on top of that. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to go through that. I thank God though that we live in a time where procedures like that can be done, because back in the day it would have been like she got some holes in her teeth and wish you the best, we gonna have to pull them. And you had, before they even had like modern day medicine and dentists and stuff, you had children dying at a very young age because of cavities and stuff like that. I also feel like too, we going into a really dark season in this country. So if you can get whatever you can get done for your children, get it done, because you don't want to be later on going down the line and just like, oh, I need to get it done, and you're not able to get it done. But that was scary. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, toughen up, ladies, toughen up, females. I'm not gonna be like, toughen up, women. We could do this. We don't need. No, no. That was mother mode. I was calling on God. I was like, I need the angels there. I need y'all to pray for me. Matter of fact, let me even try to contact her dad. That was it. I'm just glad that I can laugh now, but 3 hours ago, I was like, look, I even had to tell my cousin before I left. I said, well, look, I need you to agree with me in prayer real quick. And I thank God for her, because she prayed over my daughter, and she prayed with me before we left the house. So yes, everybody's on deck. Shoot, and I'm gonna tell you, that's not an easy thing when somebody's telling you, yeah, we about to put your daughter under. And general anesthesia makes it sound like, oh, it's just general. It's not a heavy anesthesia. No, that's just, they're putting you under. And I just thank God that it's over with. That's one thing they're not going to tell you about nursing, and even with the bottle. That bottle, Symphony never was on the bottle, but I even told my god sister, just make sure, you brush baby's teeth and stuff and be on top of it, because it take one little cavity to start spreading. Next thing you know, it's going to be like, oh, we're going to have to do a fill-in. She's too young, so we're going to have to put her to sleep. Things could happen, but it's like, huh? And you really do just be like, and anything can happen. I know that anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen when you're driving. Anything can happen if you're flying. Anything can happen if you have a paper cut. I understand that. It's just that being in that statistic of just that one time that it affects your child, it's you. No. And then I think in every mother situation, she's going to worry about that. And then, my cousins and people that I knew that had children that had feelings, their kids never went under. They were looking at me like, what? And my mother's like, well, anything like that is major. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is wrong. Like, and then at the end of the day, it's like, you're the mother, so you make the call. So I'm just like, Lord, just please let her wake up after this surgery. And so I just thank God it went good. Well, I will say this, mine did. I didn't think that that could be possible, and mine did. And the thing is that Symphony is not a candy eater. She's not even a juice drinker. She's a very particular kid. She just got a dose of Doritos. So it's either, I believe that it was from breast milk, or it was from like whatever's going on in daycare. Sorry, y'all. I just got disconnected. They might be giving her gummies and candies at daycare. I believe you. I believe you, Mac Mama, because I was just like, how is it that breast milk can do this? And one of the dentists said when babies are at night, if they're sleeping at night, and it's milk in their mouth, and and you haven't cleaned it after, then that can settle on their teeth. Another one was like if they're on the bottle, it can do that. So I was furious because I'm thinking, okay, I thought breast milk is supposed to be, and it is. It's good for the babies. After a while, they really don't need the nutrients. But Symphony is being weaned off, so she's still on milk, but not like how we used to be at nighttime. Because she used to, for comfort, have milk before she went to bed. You're absolutely right, and I'm gonna have to speak to her because I'm like, again, we don't have candy around here. She don't eat lollipops. She doesn't. She's a very particular child. Even when I try to introduce her something, if it doesn't fit right with the texture, she won't touch it. So for her to have cavities like that, it really pissed me off. And then you really don't want to say something. People were like, you ain't brushing your child's teeth. Yes, her teeth is brushed. So I just didn't understand it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely speak to her daycare provider and let her know it's something sweet that they're giving her. um I remember when she started giving her milk, and Symphony don't even drink regular milk over here, so I didn't really want her to be even putting her on milk. But I'm gonna have to speak to her. And she just started eating cereal on her own, like Cheerios and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to speak to her daycare provider. You know what? She started doing she's doing great with potty training. As a matter of fact, Symphony's potty trained. She's doing great, but you know what I don't do? I don't give her jelly beans or anything. I just say good job. To be honest with you, she don't even know what a jelly bean is. But that's the thing. We just started her with cereal. We just started her with like Cheerios. So she hasn't even been, like, when I tell you just started, for the next 2 weeks. So she had these cavities couple of months back. So she just started with that. But then again, I don't know if she's eating cereal there. Would just give her praises when she do potty training. All I know is, ladies, like, she likes the Savior snacks, nothing sweet. Yeah, she doesn't like anything sweet. And I think if she discovers it, then it'd be like, oh, because for the longest time she wouldn't take a cookie. Yeah, but see, that good thing is that you got older babies that kind of show. Symphony does very good though. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely speak to her daycare provider. I'm gonna speak to her when she goes back on Wednesday. Um, and see what is she eating for lunch. Because if you just giving her sweet stuff, that's totally out of it. And I feel bad because here I was thinking like, oh well, what am I doing? What am I doing? And it dawned on me she's at daycare basically the whole day. And so my mother is one of those people. She's like into natural eating and everything. Sweets is totally out of the yeah. I wish we did too. You in that Texas. Should be happy to be a part of the pack. um yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I'm just like, but then y'all, I looked on like the breastfeeding board and everything, and there were other mothers too that were devastated because their child had a cavity or a couple of cavities and had to go under. And but I feel like, to me, I think that breast milk could have been a factor in it, but also what she's eating at daycare. Yeah, and I will say this too, is that somebody told me sometimes it's in the genes, but like I said, I didn't have cavities until I was like 11, 12, and I was eating a lot of candy back then. Like we was eating, I don't know if y'all remember like the Jawbreakers and all of that type of crazy stuff when we were young. So I, as a youngin, contributed to that. I will say this though, that I do believe that it was breast milk. You give her water after she see Stephanie wouldn't even take the water when I was nursing her, straight nursing her. She wouldn't even take to nursing. And they say you need to brush the baby's tongue, and if they have even a little, I don't care if they got like two teeth coming in, you still gotta brush their teeth, because that milk can get on. And I've heard babies' teeth being rotten because of them being on the bottle. I had no idea of that. That's all Abby drinks. That's a cute name, Abby. That's all she drinks is water. See, that's what Symphony's into, water. She just started to do, like, if we do like the juice box, it's 100% juice, but we are on top of it. We are, and at one point in time, Symphony was doing good when we would brush teeth. Then she got to the point, and I think because when she had one feeling, I think it was hurting her, so she'd be like, no, I literally would have to like get all up in there. Yes. And the thing is, right now, she's weaning. Right now, is no. It's no, 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 no. Especially when you know, like, this is between breast milk or cavity. And I'm like, heck no. And I would tell her it's been real, like, it's been good. But also, too, girl, it's a fight. They be in there, and I'm like, you rather look, you need to get it from me than before you go to the dentist. But I don't want her to go through that again. So I told the dentist her little teeth are going to be like gold nuggets to me. I'm going to polish and shine and floss through. I'm not playing no games. And I'm telling her provider that no sweets whatsoever. She's not allowed to have any of that. Hey, how's it going? She's not allowed to have any of that at all, because that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, we're all mothers, right? So this woman who took her baby into just a procedure to get a filling, and her daughter didn't wake up. And to read that story, that really broke my heart. And then I'm like, my daughter's about to go through the same procedure. Your heart is going to be freaking throbbing unless you're just one of those, everything's fine, but I'm sitting up here telling my daughter to keep calm, and I'm putting on a game face for her. Scared ain't even, girl, y'all saw me in that stall break. You, you saw me in that stall like, Lord. And I kept praying. God is so good, though, because I kept praying and asking God to just please make this go fast. And the minute I got off of that live, as soon as I walked back in there, they said she done. And I thank God that we found this dentist, because she's a mother. And she was like, when her son had to go, she said, I ain't gonna lie, I was afraid. And I could tell, like, she has that motherly thing, like, You said, but they don't put kids to sleep, or they do? Because they will strap them down if they're not if they don't if you don't get them put to sleep. Yeah, I the last time I had, well, when I had a C-section, um I had to get put to sleep. No, no, no. Matter of fact, the C-section, I was awake. How is it that they can have you awake for a C-section? They didn't put me under. Yeah, but you know what? How old is the baby? Because Symphony is 3, and y'all, she did have to get a filling before, and they strapped her down. But literally, I was right there. Oh, you had an epidural with the last baby, girl? Cause you known to have some natural babies. She's 6. Oh yeah, she's time enough. But usually, oh, she's 6. She could probably like hold on. But Symphony's a fighter, man. So the last baby you had to have after all them boys, you had to have an epidural, girl. I guess this one was different. What? Mac Mama for really the the pain was real for this last one, huh, girl? I understand that. I understand it. I know when I had to get my transabdominal circula, you was induced. She was trying to cook longer than usual, huh? You cooked for a really long time. Oh, Rick, you're 16. See, I'm new to that. Like, I didn't know that this was a regular thing to put children under. I read an article where a dentist was saying that he thinks it's totally unprofessional and it's wrong for a dentist to put children under, like it's just major surgery, when if you're a really good dentist you know how to do your job, because there's no excuse for these young children to be passing away because of a procedure like that. This was an article from a dentist. You can Google it, because I was trying to do my footwork before I said the okay on Symphony surgery, and he stalled. At the birth center. He stalled, so he said he not coming out. I was high risk, so I couldn't pass 38 weeks. Really? You was high risk with the last baby, girl? Yeah, even for an adult. I just think with adults they're more developed versus um children or toddlers. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Even last night, y'all, I was looking at my baby's breathing. She coughed in the middle of the night. I said, like, I was just thinking I was just like, Lord, please. Like, it was torturing me. Oh my goodness. I sh- oh my god, he left me at 7 centimeters, 50% effects for 4 hours. What? They gave you castor oil? People be sleeping on what women go through. Bringing these babies into the world. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my goodness. Like, and for a 3-year-old or a toddler to go through it, I don't want that to ever happen again. So I'm gonna be on those teeth. Like, if I could take them out her mouth and just be brushing them. But I'm gonna be on the teeth like it's nothing. I don't ever want to go through that again. Ever. I don't want to go through no major surgeries with my baby. He wants you to have a whole tribe. Oh, you know I love big families now. Oh my goodness. Y'all can see y'all right there. Hiccup carry her kids. What you mean take castor oil for the teeth? Like I heard of oil pulling. Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about castor oil for birth? What y'all talking? I'm lost. I guess that'll help like constipation. You do go in mommy mode when something comes to your babies. Oh, for birth. Oh, I gosh. That would make sense. That would make sense. That would really make sense. Um, yeah, you go in mommy mode. I mean, it's like, okay, if something happened to me, something happened to me. But if something happens to my daughter. That's just not. Oil pulling is with teeth with coconut oil. I have to look at some stuff about that because I got a feeling like I wonder if it pulls out fillings and stuff too. But yeah, I heard about, well, I was looking all of that stuff up. Like, is there anything I can do to heal my baby's cavities? Or is there anything I could do? But I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm so happy it's over with. It's over with. It's over with. But I think a lot of women, they go into, especially with nursing, oh, this is so natural. Don't see anything wrong with it until you get a cavity. And then the dentist told me it was because of, I have to be careful about nursing and just to make sure that you really brush. It was a shocker to me because I am brushing her teeth, but I didn't think that milk could actually do that to teeth. Well, some milk has sugar in it, and even in the bottle and formula milk too, sugar. And so if it sits on a baby's teeth, then they're going to be dealing with that. Now, I wish somebody would have told me this, because now I'm telling my god sister, like, look, whatever she do, make sure you brush. My cousin had to tell me too. I think her baby had like 4 cavities. Breast milk is sweet. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I mean, I was still brushing my baby's teeth, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, after I got finished, nursing her and like laid her down, I didn't think that was going to be like eating at her teeth. And now I realize like nursing has its perks, but this was the nightmare of it. And again, I still have to see what they're giving her at daycare. Right. I've heard mothers like, I did everything, I brushed, I did everything, and um, still she has cavities. And then of course you're looking for videos and stuff about mothers who are going through the works. I'm talking about nervous, like shaking like a leaf. I know that dentist was like, this mother, because my eyes were so watery when she was talking to me, talking about everything went good. I was still like, my baby. I just witnessed my baby fight before she went under. Like, she fought before she closed her eyes. Her little one eye like rolled, and I was just like, girl, you better go get that dinner work done. Don't lady, don't let that linger. Get it. What you want to do is you want to get it done before it gets worse. Let me tell you something about dental. I know, y'all know, when my husband left and all my insurance went haywire, the first thing I went and got was dental. I mean, Symphony was covered, but if I don't have any medical, I gotta have dental because that stuff costs, and there is nothing like a bad toothache. And I've heard, I've been in there are some toothaches that's worse than contractions, and I used to hate getting fillings, so I could imagine. Is your wisdom tooth growing in this way? Because I ain't gonna lie, I kept all my wisdom teeth. I said, I'm keeping all my teeth. Yeah. If it's hurting, if it's growing, if it ain't hurting, you keep them teeth. Because what a lot of people don't know is that, say, for instance, if they pull, not a mole, I guess that would be a molar. If they pull one of those, did you know that your wisdom teeth actually shift and move your teeth, and they will actually cover that gap? I have a cavity in mine. I'll get it filled. I wouldn't get it pulled. I would get it filled. I wouldn't get it pulled. I'm serious. I had no idea that some wisdom teeth, because I had a tooth pulled, and because I had a wisdom tooth, it pushed everything else, and it literally closed the gap. And I'm saying to myself, if I would have got that pulled, that gap would have been there open. Oh wow. Oh. I would try to see what I could do to save it. But if it's hurting you and you feel like you got more than enough teeth, then I understand. But I was like, when that happened, I was like, God, that was really wise. Wise for you to put some wisdom tooth in the back just in case. They're really called spare teeth. I mean, the things that you learn on the way, right? But some people, their wisdom tooth may grow a different way. So I totally understand it. But I know one thing, y'all. I think God is over with. I think God is over with. I don't want to go through that. I'm like, Lord, give me wisdom and instructions to really clean my baby's teeth good. You know what? Some people, my wisdom teeth never bothered me. I knew someone who said their wisdom teeth was growing this way. Yeah, I kept mine. I never got my wisdom teeth pulled. But I am. It looks like I'm gonna have to get one because it's all the way in the back and they can't get to it. So if they can't get to it, they're gonna have to pull it. Um, but I was like, no, I want to keep mine. Mine's not bothering me. Um, I just thank God that's over with, y'all. But tell your sisters, your brothers, people with kids, be on top of that. If it ain't hurting nothing else, keep it because you may need it. I look at those as spare teeth. I really do. And some of the teeth that I had, I'm like, I'm grateful I never got it pulled because it really did come into use. You know what? I'm doing good. I'm doing after today. I'm doing really good. God has been really good. Um, House hunting and stuff, looking for just looking at the market of the houses and stuff, and seeing what's out there. And so, but of course, in everything, you have to like make sure that it's gonna all go around Symphony and her schedule because she's still in daycare. I don't know why I was thinking like, cause we're gonna be moving back to Maryland. I don't know why I was thinking like in Maryland. I think in Maryland they do start school when they're like 5 years old. So I just been asking God for a transition in that because daycare is just the most craziest thing, especially daycare on the weekends and stuff like that. And I don't want her to rush and get old, because my sister said it gets easy when they hit like I think 5 years old and stuff because you don't have to stress too much about daycare. But other than that, I'm just right now, y'all. I'm so happy that her teeth is filled in now. Like that's one thing that's off my list. My baby's not going to be having any infection. She's not, going to be hurting. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been stressing that out. And you really find people that actually went through the same thing. Well, now I see some of y'all had babies that actually had to get it done. So Google don't help out. Google will stress you out. Google will stress you out. Because you be like, what if she's too young and, and you trying to ask for directions on what she should do. And some people are like, maybe you should hold off until she gets older. But then they're like, but she may lose that and she need these teeth until she's 11. All of the teeth in her mouth are temporary. Never Google. Google is horrible. You thinking like, what's this pain in my arm? Could be a heart attack. You like, what? I do feel my heart palpitating. You can't look at Google for anything. They will have you stressed. You just, even for general anesthesia, just saying toddlers general anesthesia, you just want to read about it. But instead, you get all of these, oh my gosh, babies passing away. And you just think it like, this can't be normal. This can't be normal. So I literally, before she got this done, I was calling around. I'm trying to tell you. I stopped looking at certain movies and stuff because what movie I tried to watch yesterday, y'all? The new Winnie the Pooh. They remade, and I'm sure the movie is probably good, but the first beginning of it just brought my whole mood down, and it just made me feel more sad, more worrisome. Son, I was already getting prepared for her procedure today, but I had to turn it off. I was like literally 10, 15 minutes into the movie, and I was like, I cannot watch this new Winnie the Pooh. You know, the one they brought back to life or whatever. Like the beginning was just, I was like, I can't because this is making me already. I'm trying to find. I mean, I was. I said I need to put a regular Winnie the Pooh because I'm trying to smile and get my mind off of what I'm about to be prepared to go in the door for my baby, and this was depressing. They always mess up the originals. Anytime you look at a movie and it makes you feel bad, just like you read something on Google and make you get rid of it, don't even look at it. I said, I can't do it. I can't. So, but other than that, how's Texas? How are you doing? How are the babies doing? How's the whole crew doing? I know, but other than that, y'all, I'm okay. And I thank y'all for y'all prayers. I don't ever want to go through that again. That's good. I know Texas, y'all about to get some of that nice hot weather pretty soon. I was really saying that this year, especially in the DMV area, I hope we get like 100 degrees this summer. I'm looking for some hot, scorching weather. I'm looking for some, it's so hot out there, you gotta have popsicles. You gotta be in the AC. Like, I want some hot weather. We haven't, last year it rained the whole summer pretty much. It was so damp and just not hot. But y'all, I'm about to lay down and really get myself together. But thank y'all so much for y'all prayers and encouragement and yeah. I hope I don't ever have to my daughter will never have to get any procedure where she has to be put to sleep. Um I know they do that because they don't want to shock the child. You guys have been on my mind too. You got all of y'all. I'm like, okay. You know, my god sister Marissa, she on her second baby. Tails.
Oh no.
Oh, my sweet pies. Wait. Now, settle down. Get some kisses, you know. But y'all, let me go ahead and tend to her real quick.